been doing so many videos today, but just been wanting to talk about albums, so it takes 2 seconds to do these videos, so fuck it. Why not do more of them? The next album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn by Pink Floyd. Not the Pink Floyd that most of you are thinking of. This is a completely different band. Completely different band. Led by Syd Barrett, the enigmatic frontman and guitar player of the band before David Gilmour. Played some very, very experimental guitar and music that is very unique and has not been replicated yet by anyone else. This is the mono mix, of course, knowing me. Of course, if you can find it, get the mono mix of the original 60s albums. The stereo mix of this one, though, pretty good. I actually enjoy it a lot. Interstellar Overdrive is a lot in stereo, but the rest of it, some of the songs I prefer in stereo, which is interesting. But I think Pink Floyd put more effort into their stereo mixes, so if that makes sense. I don't think they use the duophonic, whatever the fuck it's called, the artificial stereo with the mono channels. But who knows? Maybe they just got lucky with the duophonic. That happens. This has all the other members of Pink Floyd besides David Gilmour, but Syd Barrett's on guitar and vocals, and most of the songwriting besides Take Up Thy Stethoscope. Hard to pronounce. That's a great song. I know Nick Mason hates it, but I think Take Up Thy Stethoscope's a great song. It's very punk rock, but with a psychedelic flair. Oh, what are some favorites on here? Flaming, that sounds weird in mono. The vocals have a weird effect on them. I guess it's like a flanger or something. I don't know. Interstellar Overdrive, that's a wild one. Chapter 24 has the best improvement from the digital to mono vinyl, in my opinion. Scarecrow's a favorite. Lucifer Sam, how can I... all these songs. If I bought this album, you know I like most of the songs on it already, but this is one of the albums that I decided I was going to get before I even was into vinyl, because I just love it so much. This is really the only Pink Floyd album that I'm really into anymore. I don't know. I've listened to the other ones too many times, but this one I always come back to it, and I feel like it has something special about it, that it has this weird Batman 1960s kind of guitar sound on it. It's just a weird English, very cool psychedelic kind of album with the riffs on it. And the band that I talked about in the last video actually inspired the riff from Interstellar Overdrive, because the manager of Pink Floyd, Peter Jenner, was singing the riff or the melody from My Little Red Book, and Syd Barrett heard it and he interpreted the melody that the manager was singing on his guitar, and that's how he came up with the riff. And that's a monstrous riff. That's like, for 1967, that's some incredible heavy riffing that really invented a lot of heavy metal and a lot of that kind of stuff, I think. I mean, Cream was around, but it's just as heavy as Cream or any of the other stuff coming out at that time, in my opinion. I'm trying to think what I'm forgetting. Anything? Roger Waters is bass playing as well. I gotta say, he was people say he was a bad bass player. Listen to this album. It's almost, I heard Guy Pratt talking. He even said he sounds like Peter Hook at points, because he's playing so high on the neck. He never really did that again after this album, and it's interesting to hear it. Very interesting to hear. All of them were on point on this album. This is like Bitches Brew, what I talked about earlier. It's kind of an album that you have to be into. It's kind of like a fairy tale, English, psychedelic, weird album, but if you're into that kind of thing, this is a great album. This is one of my favorites again, but I think this is a must-try for everyone. Even if you don't like it, it's worth a try. I mean, it's very unique. Signing out.